I was asking, is it made for kids? I don't know. Is it made for kids? Because is this country made for kids? That's what I'd have to ask. 300,000 American children go missing every year. We don't care about that, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Just the 300,000 that DHS was in charge of that came across the border, right? Been about 30 seconds. So YouTube has really been going hard in the paint. I took a piece of music that was free, made a short to it, got a copyright strike from somebody. The person who actually created the music, Eerie Skies, has been notified of it. I don't know who filed the claim. You're going to know when you're stepping on the truth, the things that they so badly want to keep concealed, they'll turn it into anything, including something over the music and not the content. Nonetheless, you just stay at it. But so because of that, got a copyright strike. It's like, okay, well then I'll take this piece of free music and I'll just make a video and I will post it and then I'll make a short from that. All that stuff disappeared. Same old thing happened with the karaoke. I don't sound like Darius Rucker, but I guess Houthi and the Goyfish, it can't get any traction, because it's a parody and it's clever and probably not greatly performed, but it's springtime and I have a lot of allergies. There's been a lot going on in my life, along with the chronically ill thing. But anyway, so yeah, it's funny to me that you're going to sit here and try to threaten me. Oh, all this, that, and the other. Well, yeah, let's escalate it to an appeal. And then 3 minutes later, literally, the video's back up. And that's okay, because they'll make sure nobody sees it, right? So again, YouTube, you can keep trying to do what you want to do with suppressing speech and everything, but I want you to know America's about this close to picking up more than their violent words that you think, ooh, words are violence. No, when the talking stops, which we're getting very close to that, they want to polarize people. Don't you understand? Why we did that attack on Iran is essentially, yeah, well, on Ramadan while they're fasting, it's on their holiday, and then and the schoolgirls, we want to make it to where there's no turning back. It's the same thing in this country. Why is Palantir handling stuff for the IRS right now? Is it the IRS or the IDF? Palantir's in all our military, and now they're in the Internal Revenue Service too. The people that are suppressing my freedom of speech in my country, that my ancestors fought for, from the Pember family all the way at the American Revolution to, yeah, I keep saying it, Admiral George Dewey, a distant relative. Yeah, you're not going to take my country. You understand that? You think you are, but you're not. Okay, so you just keep doing whatever you need to do, because the American populace is about this far. And that's what you want. You want it to where there isn't a point where we can reach forgiveness, where Iran can forgive us, or where the American populace can forgive the political paradigm. Both sides are equally evil and compliant in what they're trying to do. It's the destruction of this country. They fear a united populace like a mound of fire ants that a bull steps into. Because one little fire ant ain't going to frustrate that bull, but that whole mound will drop that bull. And that's what they're afraid of. And that's why they aren't just polarizing and stratifying, they're atomizing our society. So if you think your YouTube strikes and your copyright strikes and all your infringement of speech and flushing people down the memory hole, you think that's really going to, it's just like bombing the crap out of those people in Iran. It's just going to further polarize them. America is ready to pick up a gun, you understand that, and free themselves from Zog, Zionist-occupied governance. I hope you understand that. So we don't give a fuck about your copyright strikes. Oh, are you going to knock on my door? It was written into the Constitution. That's why you should have an armed populace, to prevent this kind of tyranny. We're committing war crimes. As this idiot wants to say, oh, he's so proud. I'm so proud that I could bomb the scumbags. Let me tell you something. Scumbags, There's nobody in Russia, China, or Iran that was on that Epstein list. Scumbag. I'm getting so mad. I wish I almost had people to talk to sometimes. Because, you know, I had a whole lot of stuff to say. But yeah, one of the things that's really pissing me off, because there's been a lot of Marines in my family, damn near every one except for me and what followed. Yeah. Chair Force, anyway. Nonetheless, yeah, the Chair Force. Let's talk about the Chair Force. Space farce. It's not about outer space, it's about inner space. It's about the golden dome, the golden Palantir dome that watches every move you make and knows how many sheets of paper you wiped your ass with this morning. So, the United States Marine Corps, older than this country, 250 years steeped in tradition, is now being used as mercenaries for Israel. You ain't got a fucking problem with that? The Chosenists are outsourcing their next genocide to the Magaites. You don't have a problem with that. You don't have a problem with the IDF taking over the IRS and Palantir auditing you. You don't have a problem with this big seething orange condom of Benjamin Netanyahu running our governance. Oh, you're cool with Tulsi Gabbard getting fired. You're cool with Pam Bondi getting fired. But the real guy that needs to be told you fired is Trump. And all you're going to get in his place is Peter Thiel. You're going to go from a Jared Kushner administration to a Peter Thiel administration. Talk about jumping out of the frying pan and into the fire. Yeah, you're between a rock and a hard place, America, and there ain't but one way to get it out. So you best pull your member. So would you rather take your balls up and put them on a vise and have them smashed with a rubber mallet or a ball peen hammer? Because it's going to hurt either way. The last righteous engagement we had was for our own independence. There can be no victory without righteousness. Wonder why we haven't won a war? And, you know, speaking of which, isn't it weird how when we had our Civil War, there's civil wars all over the world? 1897, Theodor Herzl, Switzerland, where Zionism was established. And you forget about Public Law 102.14, passed here in the United States under the guise of education, about Noah Hyde laws in America in 1991. Go look it up. Then you have House Resolution Bill 6090. Then you have, I don't know, you got Ted Cruz talking about, if I say Christ is king, I guess that's anti-Semitic. Semantic. I've had it with your semantics. That's why I'm getting tongue-tied. Anti-Semitic is I'm done. I'm anti-semantic. I'm sick of your semantics. Crying victim all the time. You're at a very crucial point. Trump saying all this stuff? No. He has no intention. It's like, yeah, come and let's do some peace talks. And then he blew the hell out of Qatar. Like, who sends the Deeds over there? They sent a missile over the top of the Deed to blow up that crap the last time. I mean, you guys should know this stuff. We say, come talk to us about peace, and try to kill them while we're talking about peace, or we attack them while we're talking about peace. Now we're going to withdraw. The hell we are. We're putting more Berts on the ground. Yeah. Brrr, brrr, yeah. You know, the aircraft built around a machine gun for ground support. Another 10,000 troops besides the 11th MEU, 31st MEU, 82nd Airborne. You don't move those kind of assets into that arena unless you're going to use them. And he's going to use them. This is like his idea of an April Fool's joke. The April Fool's joke is on us. We've been hoodwinked. We've been bamboozled. We've been led astray. He's not making America great again. We're not the hottest thing ever. We're going to be a heaping pile of ash soon. So I hope, yeah, we'll see what happens. But I can tell you, everything that's happening is happening for cause and effect. Humpty Trumpty just keeps stumbling up the escalatory ladder. And Iran will follow suit, as they've shown. So, yeah. No freedom of speech. United States Marines being used as mercenaries. Isn't that great? I gotta be proud of that. They're older than this country. If it weren't for the leathernecks, we probably wouldn't have a country. And we probably won't, because I doubt that they will step up. Because that was always my hope, was that was the one branch of the services that couldn't be compromised. But clearly they are, aren't they? Right. I don't know what else I want to say. I could say a lot, and I had a lot to say when I got on here, but I'm just so utterly frustrated. And there's not much you can do, is there? Or is there? I can't tell you how many states now they're knocking on doors because people's Facebook's against Israel. I don't hate Jews. I hate Zionist pieces of shit that have been trying to bring about the second coming of Christ. Do you realize that Benjamin Milikowski, a Polak, a Chassidim mystic, did you know that mysticism is abhorrent unto the Lord? This group of religious zealots calls themselves mystics. Well, you're abhorrent unto the Lord. They've been trying to bring about the second coming of Christ. Bibi himself, longer than Christ walked the earth, by some pretty extreme measures. You know, like Son of Sam or John Wayne Gacy, who does such horrific things to children in their interviews that they said it was to try to bring about the second coming of Christ. Between Epstein, Palestinian, Yemeni, Syrian, and Iranian kids, how much damage has he done to kids who Christ loves so much? I mean, I think he's trying to get Christ to come. Do you think Christ might be about to humor him? Do you think that maybe they realized they couldn't, try to force his itinerary and just decided to go for the Armageddon thing, possible? Trump, you're just a tool, dude. You're such a tool. Like I said, you don't even have to have any incriminating evidence in the Epstein files. The incriminating evidence happened in Butler, Pennsylvania. That's what you don't want anybody to know about, because that was all Bibi's idea, to cinch you the presidency. And I just want you to know, the same way he won you the presidency is the same way he's going to get rid of you and throw you in the weeds when he's done with you. You just better hope your own country ain't done with you first, because we are. There should be articles of impeachment. We've had nothing burgers going on for 4 years, and now you got so much. Yeah, like that old Wendy's commercial. Where's the beef? We've got so much beef now. We went from nothing burgers to serious beef, but you ain't doing nothing, because both sides of the political paradigm want this. What they want is a collapse of everything. This is all just like, okay, what Walmart did for Main Street America. COVID finished. We won't have storefronts before long. Everything will be delivered by drone or at your front door. But nonetheless, it's the same thing that's going on here. So what COVID did for the supply chain, this little thing is doing for the oil supply chain. It's not going to improve, and that's purposeful. They don't want you to have transportation. They don't want you to have communication. They want you to live in a 15-minute city. They want you to have battery-powered cars. Again, all this technology. If you charge your phone up every time, it only gets down to 65 or 75%. Pretty soon, the only usable portion of your battery will be 25. This car alarm's driving me nuts. 25 to 35% of your battery. The same is true with your car. And what kind of idiot doesn't leave his car charged all the time? No, you're not going to run your battery all the way down. So you're not going to have depletion layers. You are going to have depletion layers building up. That horn is driving me nuts. I wish somebody could shut their car. And who listens to a car alarm anymore? Nobody pays any attention to them. And this is often how they try to, by the way, I've noticed this with other podcasters when they're podcasting and somebody's trying to actually get a location on them. They will be weird things, noises, unusual noises, almost like they're trying to ping them. You're just paranoid, Ray. Why would I be paranoid? Gee, I can't imagine. I was stalked by the left for almost 5 years, and now I'm being stalked by the right. The political paradigm's frickin' evil. Stop worshiping it. Get centered in Christ. Take a political compass test. You shouldn't be far off a bullseye. So why are you so far out in the weeds with the left and right extremists? America, you need to get centered. You need to pull your head out of your asses, pick yourself up by your bootstraps, and if it's required of you, you might have to forcefully take your country back so that your kids and grandkids might have a normal fucking future. Cowardice fucks.